All right. I seriously got to fix our intro because there's like, if you're just listening to the audio portion of it, there's like a 30-second dead space.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what's up with that dead space? Well,
Yeah.
there's suicide awareness information on the screen if you're just in case you guys are wondering. But anyways, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon, gents. How's everyone doing? Again, this is a pre-recorded episode. It's actually Halloween night. This will go live
Yeah, no, dude.
Sunday,
The kids
2
are outside.
Sundays.
I can hear them. They're driving me crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why my door's closed, man. My dog's gonna freak out and like kill some little kid.
Did you shut
mixing
the
my
lights
front door.
off, Fleek?
No, my
So they
wife is
wouldn't-
out there passing out candy.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, happy Halloween. 2
Happy
weeks late.
Halloween.
Hope you guys had a fabulous Halloween. Before we get started, I gotta go through my stuff. Our Patreon
funny.
members, we appreciate all of our supporters, our Patreon supporters. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to sit here and do what we do. And again, I don't want to sound like a broken record because I feel like I go through this every night, but it's pre-recorded. I just said all this stuff last night, so it feels weird saying it over and over again.
It's okay, dude. It's our elevator speech, man. You're
Yes.
you're getting really good at it.
So what we do with the money that comes in, we started a nonprofit. It's called Minutes Wisely. I'm working on the podcast. I'm working on the website right now, and there's going to be a swag page. You can get all your swag there. And what happens with the money is we send veterans and first responders to sporting events, and it just so happens we sent 2 Jarheads to Monday Night Football last night in Detroit, Michigan, for the big win against the Raiders. Looked like they had a lot of fun. They kept sending me pictures. They're very thankful, and I swear to God, man, it's like the best feeling ever to give these guys tickets to go to a game. So
I hope
it's
you
pretty
enjoyed it,
awesome.
Brad and Gunny. I really do.
Brad and Gunny, hope you guys had fun. It's funny because they sent me a picture downtown, and they were like behind they're like a football cutout. So you just put your head in there. It looks like you're a football player. They were holding hands, and they're like homo Marines.
Hey,
and I was
whoa,
like,
whoa.
They said it, not me, man.
I'm surprised you still call them jarheads. So yeah,
you know how Marines are. But also, this cookbook is a big part of the show. Not only is there some awesome recipes in here, there's a lot of quotes from America's heroes from TSP in this cookbook. So if you want this handsome bastard in your kitchen, it's $20, and the proceeds will go to sending these guys to sporting events.
It's on the shelf somewhere, signed by you. So I think I used it today.
So there's links
tonight.
There's links down below. You can buy it on Amazon. If you want to help out, if you want to donate, just give me a holler. We'll do whatever it takes. And if you're a veteran in distress, you need help, give us a call. If we can't help you, we'll promise you we'll find somebody that can help you. That's what the show's all about. It's about awareness. It's about getting the word out. If you guys need anything, call myself. Call Mr. Andrew Farr.
But it's okay.
Call Andrew, because if you call me, I'm just going to call Andrew anyway.
Yeah, dude, seriously, call me. My number's on the VFW website. I dealt with like 3 or 4 calls yesterday. So I'm not actually today. I just sent a guy who needs help filling out his retirement stuff. And I'm like, I gave him to another VSO because I can't do that because I'm not accredited. But I can get you, me and Fleek can get you to the right person. So just give us a call.
Yeah.
And
we can't help
have
you out,
a lot of people in our wheelhouse.
If we can't help you, I promise you.
We know someone that can.
We know somebody that can. As a matter of fact, somebody jumped in my DMs today and asked if anybody knew how to get a veteran help in Michigan. And I was like, "Ooh, that's my wheelhouse, man. I got you. What do you need?" So I made a couple phone calls, and there's a veteran in distress in Michigan. I called my guy Gary Tanner, and Gary Tanner's on it. He called him, and I was trying to
didn't we interview him?
Yes, sir.
He's a cop, right?
No, he's the Army veteran that was in Germany.
Right. Yep.
Works for DTE.
Yep.
But he's Mr. Veteran Helper. He's the Andrew Farr of Michigan. That's who Gary is.
Damn, dude. We love you. Mr. Tanner.
he for real is, man.
But he looks he looks better than me. He looks way better than me. I'm an ugly son of a bitch.
Yeah. That's why I was trying to get you a mask for Halloween. Cover
Dude,
that
this
mug
is
up.
my mask. I'm like Sloth from the Goonies. Okay.
Andrew's got a face only a mother could love.
Yeah. And you know what? For a point, she did not love me.
Well, that's because you turned Republican.
Oh my God. Oh.
I forgot we're not supposed to talk about that.
No, but that's funny that you mentioned that because I had a phone call just about that stuff. And this cat thought I was like a staunch Democrat, and I'm like, I used to be, and then I turned to the real party. And he wants to be on the show like wicked bad. Like I'm not gonna mention his name, but he wants to be on the show bad.
He's got a good story, man. I'm down with.
Yeah, we'll get him.
There's a small handful of people that I do not want on the show, and that's for personal reasons. But I try to keep that, that personal crap out of the business. But basically, I'll get anybody on the show. To be honest with you, if I don't.
We want to hear your stories, but
yeah.
Yes, I totally get it, Fleek. I totally get it. There are some people that don't.
I'll put my personal issues aside for any veteran. To be honest with you, if one of the people that I'm talking about, and you know the people I'm talking about, if they called me today, I promise you I would help them.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
A shout out to Charlie Eblin from Single Tree Barbecue. Thank you, Charlie.
What's going on, guys? It's your man Charlie right here from Single Tree Barbecue. Did you know we are on a mission to build community through undeniable hospitality and the perfect plate of barbecue? Y'all come check us out, 2805 Old Fort Parkway, right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 8, Sundays from 11 to 4. Give us a call at 615-307-0120. You can check us out on all the social platforms at Single Tree BBQ. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you. Appreciate all the support.
Did he say stank you or did he say thank you? It sounded like stank you.
I don't know. Now I gotta replay it and listen to it.
No, Charlie's great. I was supposed to go by his place yesterday, but I forgot. It's Monday. They're not open on Monday.
Yeah, today's Tuesday. Did you say yesterday? Oh,
no, I went yesterday. Yeah, I tried to go yesterday.
Charlie is a solid dude. He is a veteran himself, and he did a huge solid for our nonprofit. He had a massive party, and all the proceeds went to Minutes Wisely and helped pay for these tickets that we're sending people to Detroit for right now. And he actually turned over $2,500 to be exact. So huge shout out to Charlie. He's one of our biggest supporters. He's a great show sponsor, and we appreciate him. So before we get to Mr. Norton, did you have anything else? Oh, I wanted to ask you something.
Yes.
I know. So this is going on this Saturday, so this will be irrelevant to our listeners once this goes live. But have you ever heard of this bacon festival that's going on in Murfreesboro?
Yes.
What the hell is that all about?
I actually don't know. I heard about it. And since I got off Facebook for a little stint, I did read about it, and it's big. I'll look it up right now, actually.
I was just curious. I was wondering if I get a table. Is it too late to get a table there?
I don't know yet. Dude, I will find that out. See?
Yeah.
I will help. I will help another veteran out.
Andrew's the go-to guy.
But yes, Bacon Festival 2023.
I was like, first of all, bacon. Yes, I'll be there.
It's November 4th. It's 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. at McKnight Park in Murfreesboro.
Huh. It's supposed to be a nice day on Saturday too. It's
it's at Sportscom.
Sportscom.
Oh, okay.
Where we used to meet.
Yeah.
Way back in the day when we were part of that other post.
Correct. Yeah, the other post.
The other post.
All right. I gotta look into that. I might, if I have time, I might set up a table for.
I'm gonna send this to you right now, man. Yep.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Event.
My wife actually knows Big Charlie. He comes into her store all the time. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You just do that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna send this to you, Flick.
All right, perfect. Thanks. Did you have anything to go before we get to Mr. Norton's story?
No, but we got to get ready for the Marine Corps birthday.
Yeah.
And the celebrated Veterans Day is actually on the Marine Corps birthday. So if you guys are coming down to the center of Murfreesboro, you will see me. I am the MC for the event. I don't know who the guest speaker is. This is my first time being an MC. I was asked by the woman in charge of this. She's been doing it since '96, Miss Barbara Smith Pitto. Come down, come celebrate the Sons of American Revolution. We'll be doing the color guard, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's the ceremony they have on the square, right?
On the square, yes, sir.
And that's actual Veterans Day. They're doing
no. That's on the 10th, on November 10th.
Oh, November 10th. All right.
Now, November 11th, they have a salute to service game, MTSU versus FIU. And if you talk to any of our minions, they have free tickets. So come out, support.
Yes.
It starts at 9:30 on Saturday, and it will go until like 5.
I got my tickets. I'm always thinking of places where I could sit at my table and just talk for a little bit.
That's a good. We need to talk to Chris Rochelle or Herbert.
Are they affiliated with MTSU?
Chris Rochelle is, and Herbert is like best friends with Chris. And dude, Chris
just
gave
our Herbert.
Our Herbert. Chris just gave Herbert like, Herbert. Yeah, no sleeves, Herbert. Chris just gave Herbert like 150 tickets to give out.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he gave me a couple.
They're boys, those guys.
All right, excellent. I will get a hold of those guys. Find out. All right. Anything else before we get rolling?
No, I think that's it, man. I think I've. I just sent you the thing on the Bacon Fest, and boom, we're good.
I mean, seriously, who doesn't want to go to a Bacon Fest?
I'll be gone, so you have fun. Eat lots of bacon for me, sir.
All right, Ken, how's it going there, buddy?
Hey, Ken.
Doing good. Doing great, guys.
So this is how I met Ken. Officially never met him yet, but we talked on the phone. Some friends of mine, George and Jamie, were camping. I get a phone call from the campground. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Richard, you got to talk to this guy, man. He was in the Navy. And so we started talking, and I was like, holy hell, dude, you got a great story. We need to get you on the show.
That's pretty much how it went, yeah.
That's enticing.
Great company, yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome. I was just with them on Sunday. So, Ken, would you like to introduce yourself?
She agrees that you're the best cook around, so yeah.
Man. He threw that out there. The best chef in town. Look at that.
I think she feels obligated to say that because we're such good friends.
Okay, Ken, this is your show. Would you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Ken Norton. I grew up in Michigan in a very rural town called Luther, Michigan, a little south of Cadillac, Michigan, which is the nearest big town, if you can call it a big town. Not much bigger than Cadillac. I mean, than Murfreesboro. But grew up there, very poor, very responsible for most of my family members at the time. Started driving when I was 12 years old because I had to.
Nice.
Taking care of everyone. And when it came time to graduate, had no idea what I wanted to do, so I joined the Navy.
Great choice.
Proof, prior family members had all been in the Navy, either the Army, the Navy, Marines, big military family. So left Luther, Michigan at 20 years old and went to the Navy. That was a culture shock coming from a very small rural town, and completed boot camp. Got sent out to the USS Iowa in December 1988. And as you know, being from a small town, not seeing a whole lot in my lifetime, I walked up to the ship and I was like, Jesus Christ, this thing is huge. And 6 months out on the water, that thing became very small. Very small.
Yes.
Yeah. And served on time, and we went out on an exercise in April. Don't know a whole lot about it. If you guys have questions, I can answer questions better than I can try to tell the story myself. But we went out and went down to Diego Garcia to do target practice for an admiral that was on board. And on April 19th, we just got up like a normal day, went and ate breakfast, did our thing, went to our general quarters, which it ain't called general quarters. It's just everybody that was in the firing sequence went to their general quarters, which was mine at the time, being an E2, was in the powder mags of turret 3. And on that day, I was the one chosen because once you pass the powder bags through, you just kind of chilled out and everybody just kind of took a nap. But that day, I was the one chosen to be on the sound-powered phones. So I had to stay awake, basically. And after, I don't know, an hour or so, somebody came over the powered phones and said, gun 2 just exploded. I kind of looked straight up because the turret's right above me. And I was like, what the fuck? Called over the first class gunner's mate, said, hey, they just said gun 2 just exploded. He said, give me the headphones. And of course, then we just kind of laid around waiting for whatever was going to happen. And then we was released from general quarters after the fire was out. And you got to explain what happened. Well, of course, okay, not everybody knows that turret 2, gun 2 had a detonation with the breech open. It killed 47 men immediately.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Of course, we didn't know that at the time. We got released from general quarters, went up on deck. The ship was listing heavily to the starboard side. Dewatering was already underway. And we was kind of milling around. Rumors are going around as what happened. Nothing official at this time. And, you know, it was weird. Just walking around the deck, seeing fellow gunner's mates, damage controlmen, just kind of sitting around on the deck, just crying. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on here? You know, I'm a 20-year-old kid, don't know what the hell is happening. I don't know what is going on. And all I knew is that there was an explosion in the second turret and there was people dead. And me and my best friend, who was a Canuck at the time, Jeff Dorr, were just kind of milling around, smoking a cigarette. And then this little black helicopter come flying over us. I tapped Jeff on the shoulder. I said, the whole world knows now, because you can see the camera sticking out of the side of this helicopter and flying over. And not a whole lot went on that day. It was just kind of them trying to figure out what they was going to do next. It was really the next morning that I really got involved, and my chief came up to me and my best friend and said, hey, I'm going to need you to help you on a flight deck today. Omni Donnie, you're qualified. You know how that went. And they started doing vert reps. Medical supplies were coming across. Other things were coming across. Body bags, stuff like that. And by this time, they did a lot of cleanup and everything like that. And we were sent down 2 refrigeration units to start carrying body bags to helicopters. Yeah. And this went on for hours, it seemed like. Because every time a helicopter would land, we would, run down to the refrigeration and run back up to the flight deck. And some of the bags you could tell they were just pieces. One of the bags me and Jeff carried up, you could tell it was 2 bodies welded together, and just all kinds of crazy stuff. And as a 20-year-old, that stuff didn't set in for a long time, and I didn't realize what was going on. So if you have any questions about that, I'll be happy to answer. But just to tell the story, I try to avoid that at all costs. But
did they ever find out what was the cause of the explosion?
Officially, no. I've seen several documentaries on it. Of course, we were taught in boot camp, cover your own ass. And of course, that's what the Navy did.
Yeah.
And
they try to pin on some kid for being a homosexual or something.
Yeah.
Clayton, his name was
Clayton Harwood.
Yeah.
Harwood. Mm-hmm. And he had taken out life. Yeah, there was life insurance policies between these 2 guys and all kinds of stuff. So they tried to, if you look at it that way, it was a suicide with 46 murders, So,
damn.
But they kind of let off in that. They kind of realized that wasn't the case. And then I've heard stuff where repacked powder bags wasn't repacked right, and it was static electricity when they rammed the last 3 bags into the turret or into the gun. I mean, there's all kinds of speculation, but officially there's no official cause for it.
Okay. Hey Ken, were you a gunner's mate, right? Correct?
No, sir. I was a boatswain mate.
A black hole sailor, awesome.
Yeah. Actually, a decade.
Hey, I just learned that term, and hey, you guys, that is the oldest. It's the oldest MOS in the Navy, correct?
Yes, it is.
The crossed anchors.
Officially, we are called decades because normally a boatswain mate can't shut his mouth. So.
Yeah. Oh man. So when the explosion went off, did you hear it? Did you feel any vibration? Did the ship shake or anything?
It to me, it sounded just like another gun going off. There was nothing different from the first 3 salvos from turret 1. It was nothing different than that. And I've watched a lot of documentaries on this, and they had problems with that number 2 second gun and number 2 turret the day it happened. A lot of things try to lead to that it was over ramming of the powder, but officially there's nothing that says, hey, this is what happened.
Yeah.
Because when a turret gets loaded, the shell, the 2,600-pound shell, gets loaded first and rammed into the barrel. Then 310-pound bags get loaded and hand pushed into the barrel. Then 3 more 110-pound bags gets loaded and rammed with the same ram that they use to seat the shell. So they're trying to claim now that it was an over ramming which set the powder off with an open breech. So, and officially they still say they don't know. I've watched a lot, especially since I talked to you. I've watched a lot of documentaries on this stuff, and there's no officially the Navy still has no definite answer for why this happened. which is sad because this caused the decommission of the last 4 battleships in the world. And they are relevant. They are needed. And I wish they would update them and set them back out to sea because they're still viable, in my opinion.
Yeah.
A lot of other opinions, I say no, but yeah.
Battleships are awesome. Yeah.
I tell you what, the first day I got on board, was checking in, got sent to the division I was going to be in, and met my chief. He said, "You're an effing battleship sailor now. You are set to a higher standard." I was like, "Okay, chief." Yeah.
Yeah, battleships are really iconic, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They're amazing, man. Just to see one in person, it's like, holy hell, man, that's a serious firepower on that sucker, man.
Yeah. What was cool about when I was on there, they had the 9 16-inch guns. They had 3 twin 5-inch guns on each side. We had Tomahawk cruise missiles with the capability any Tomahawk would have. Our official response to "Do you carry nuclear weapons?" I can neither confirm or deny the presence of nuclear weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have to say that too, man. I was in pretty much the same years, and they beat that into us, man. If anybody asked you if there's anything with nuclear powered or nuclear weapons, all you say is, I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I remember the first time we went to Germany on my first cruise was on the Iowa. And we were met by protesters on the way in.
Yeah.
And of course, German police boats, after we hosed them down with 2-inch fire hoses, came out and got them and got them out of our way. But yeah, it was very interesting to be on a battleship. Very interesting.
Ken, are you I have to ask this. Are you a shellback?
No, I missed that because of the explosion. It was in the works. It was in the planning. Yes.
I was going to say, you're all the way down to Diego, and you guys didn't cross the line.
That was part of that trip, but we didn't make it because of the explosion.
Blake, we gotta haze him the next time we see him.
Yeah, I'm still a pollywog. I'm sorry.
Hey, next time, if you ever meet Andrew here in person, you have to get on your knees and bite an olive out of his belly button.
Yes. Yes, you do. I'll oil it up for you, man.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah. And then grab my head and rub my face in it. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Hey, listen, you guys come from that era where that happened. My shellback ceremony, we didn't even have that shit. Like, it was so PG-13. Like, I was like,
so you didn't even have to go. You didn't even have to crawl through the garbage and wanted to be the first one, so that you didn't have to crawl through everybody else's puke.
No, not at all. Dude, they made us duck walk the length of the ship. I was on the USS Kearsarge, and we had to eat on the mess deck on our faces, like green eggs and ham, and then we had a lot of PT on the deck. A lot of PT.
Oh, well.
It was very tame.
We had makeshift coffins that was filled with month-and-a-half-old food, and you had to lay in it, and they closed the coffin, and they would pick you up and shake it. And there was like Ken was saying, you want to be the first one through there. Well, I was on an aircraft carrier. I was on a carrier, so there's thousands of people through it before me. So not only did I have that nasty ass food, I had puke and everything else.
Dude, that's freaking awesome. Hey, man, I wish I had that.
My that morning started out that day. The squadron right across the passageway from me, they're like, "Hey, Fleek, we've been waiting for you, man." And they were all dressed up in their shellback gear.
Their pirate
outfits. Pirates.
Gear, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and here I am. I'm wearing my dungarees backwards, and my underwear, my skivvies are on the outside, flipped on the. flip around. So if you
Yes.
had any shit,
Hey,
you had
hey,
shit stains, you
Fleek,
could see it.
did they make you make a little pollywog tail?
No, but the first thing they did to me, because pollywogs don't have no arms or legs, so you're on all fours the whole entire time. So these assholes put a hot dog. They pulled it out of the package, put it in my butt crack, took a shillelagh and beat it for 20 minutes.
Oh no!
I think I'm still pulling out hot dog out of my ass, man.
That's ingenious. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So my wife was asking, because when we talked, that you wanted to hear both sides of the story because she was at home when all this went down.
Yeah, I would love to.
Do you still want to do that?
Hell yeah. If you want to put her on, I would love to hear what she was thinking and what she was hearing and how she was getting information, all that stuff. Yeah. Put her on.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, here she is. This is my wife, Chris.
She's not nervous, is she?
Oh,
not as nervous as I am. No.
Hi there. How are you doing?
Hi.
Hey there. So I was hey, I'm very, very good. Thank you so much. So just a brief story. Ken and I have known each other for years and years. Been married 34 years. Almost 34 years. High school sweethearts, the whole deal. But I was 17 young years old when he was 20 and joined the Navy. So his first command obviously was the Iowa. And I can remember April 19th, 1989, clear as day, doing laundry. And CBS News broke in, Dan Rather. Oh, never forget it. Watching The Price is Right, doing laundry. And all they said at the time was the USS Iowa has had an explosion. We'll get back with further updates, blah, blah, blah. Of course, I was in little town Luther, Michigan, and I stopped in my tracks because you don't hear about the ship your boyfriend is on. We weren't married at the time. You don't hear about the ship your boyfriend is on. It was just weird to hear the name. So as the morning went on, clearly it was, every couple of minutes they would breaking news. Of course, they started talking about casualties and fatalities, and the number just kept growing. And up on the, in Eastern time, Price is Right comes on at 11 a.m. So it was just shortly thereafter that they started breaking in. And I believe the first count started at 8. Then, of course, it grew and grew and grew as the morning went on. Of course, we were all, and then the helicopters were flying over. You could see the smoke. You could see the ship listing. You could, and for the families at home, you don't know who's alive on the ship and who's not. And it's a scary, scary thing, because if the sailors are alive, they know that we at home know what's going on. They know they're well. We don't know they're well. Right. And it's a scary time to go through as a family member. Yeah, we didn't have text messaging, cell phones, computers, anything like that. So eventually, I think I about lost my mind. I was only 17, but at the time, clearly here we are 34 years later. And, so it was a thing. I knew it was going to last, if that makes sense. Yeah. So from that point on, we finally ended up getting an 800 number to call to find out about casualties. And I remember, rotary dial phones, as you know, are not fast. Yes, you've got it. You got it. Just, one number after the other after the other. Rotary numbers.
I was 12 years old when that happened. So yeah, I remember the rotary phones.
Yes. And I was 17 and sat and dialed probably it was about 1:30 a.m. the next morning before I finally got through to find out if he was on the casualty list or not. And that was solid dialing. And when I found out he was not on the casualty list, of course I was relieved, to say the least. But being 17 and not having a lot of money, again, as Ken mentioned, we grew up poor. I could not be in Norfolk when the ship came in. We had a satellite dish and we watched it live on CNN as the ship pulled into port. And about 30 minutes later, the phone rang after the ship pulled in, and it was Ken. And I remember I was closest to the phone and answered it, and I could not speak. I mean, it was, you knew he was okay, but at the same time,
yeah, hearing his voice.
so you heard the voice, you couldn't believe it. And once he called and said, hey, how are you doing? Is what he said. Hey, how you doing? And I remember breaking down and got squeaky and couldn't talk for probably the next hour. Everybody else talked to him, and that was it. I mean, so that was my experience with a catastrophe during peacetime in the Navy. And I went through 8 years. He served 8 years, went through 8 years and 2 children, and then it was time to go to civilian life. And so that's my story.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you
So
for sharing, dear.
Well, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. But I'm going to put Ken back on, and hopefully you can learn a little bit more from him.
Right.
So thank you.
Much. That was awesome.
Thank you for listening. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I went to an amphibious construction battalion after the Iowa. Got to hang out with a lot of Marines, a lot of Army guys. And, you're in the Navy, blah, you guys don't do anything dangerous. We figured it out after we got out in 96. 92 people lost their lives in training while we was at commands that I was physically at. And, I don't give, I know the differences between the damn branches, but every part of the military is dangerous, and everybody needs to know that, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
True.
Yes.
Even the Air Force.
Yeah. What about the Space Force?
Yeah.
Hey, Space Force, Air Force, we are just joking. We love you guys. We need you.
Except for the Coast Guard. Hey, the Coast Guard's not even a member of the DOD.
They're Department of Transportation.
They're Homeland Security.
Puddle Pirates, just kidding.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that training for war is dangerous inherently.
Yeah.
Yes. No matter what you're doing.
Ken Fleek, we all joke around, but you know what?
Yeah.
No civilian's gonna make fun of us because we'll be on them like
That's
on rice.
sure.
We can make fun of each other, but you make fun of one of us and you didn't even go to boot camp. Forget about it. No.
Yeah.
Just be quiet. You don't know.
Man.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
It's amazing. It's been a hell of a journey. My 8 years in the service. I missed it. I miss the camaraderie. I don't miss the politics at all.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. I miss my friends. I had good days in the Corps. I had really shitty days too, but I remember the good days. I remember my friends. When I was on Facebook, I was pretty much friends with every single one, but maybe I'll go back. I don't know. I'm just tired of scrolling and my neck hurts doing all that stuff because
I agree.
It hurts, man. It really does. It hurts.
Hey Ken, do you have Spotify?
He's muted. You're muted.
You got muted somehow.
There you go.
Is that better? All right. No, I do not have Spotify. No, I do not.
It would behoove you to get it, sir.
So I'm going to turn you on to an artist who is a very good friend of ours. He's a Marine singer-songwriter. He wrote a song called "The Circus." You need to look up "The Circus," and I guarantee you'll get emotional. It is
or
amazing.
the EAS song, because
The EAS song is
both of those
EAS song
songs
is good. The Circus is, it's like, oh my God, man, he just hit everything. You know, he hit all the feels in that one.
Yes. The Circus. I will look that up. Yes.
I'll text it to you so you don't forget. It's amazing. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to see that kid Saturday in Chattanooga. Yes.
Really? Wait.
Yeah.
Let them.
Oh, wow.
I have some stuff for him.
You have some what? Oh,
stuff.
Yeah.
Some stuff.
Some stuff.
You know, wink, wink.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Yeah. No, I got it.
You know, I'd love to hang out with you guys and drink a beer one time.
Yeah, you'll have to drink it with Fleek, because I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
No. Hey, you guys drink it. Go ahead, man. Get fucked up.
He got drunk in Iraq and got in trouble. So
I did.
Okay.
Drinking's been his nemesis for the last 20 years.
Ken, I was a PFC. Okay, we're in fucking Karma, Iraq. Okay, we're at Camp Fallujah, and I decide, I'm gonna go drink the alcohol that my cousin sent me, because he is now the president of Jack Daniel's Europe. Back then he was, I'm not gonna mention his name because he'll probably get pissed at me, but he sent me a Listerine bottle filled with Jack Daniel's. Well, me and about 4 other guys got fucking hammered. Well, I ended up in front of the MWR, passed out on a Jersey barrier with my M16 in between my legs, and I look up, and there's 2 gold oak leaves. When I open my eyes, I'm like, I'm like, oh fuck. So I immediately say I'm dehydrated. Well, my gunny finds out about it, and he comes over. He gets the truth out of me, and I just made E3, so I got busted down to E2.
Lord.
I was on shitter detail for at least the rest of that deployment.
Oh my God.
Least they could have done is give you a fluid.
They should have gave you a bag of fluids. Yeah.
Dude, they did. I had 7 bags, 7 IVs. Dude, I got yelled at by the battalion commander all the way down to like
until they got to you.
Dude, I got my ass fucking handed to me. And the guy who actually, the battalion commander that yelled at me, is named 1-star General Stephen Neary. He was my battalion commander. He was a lieutenant commander, or no, he was a battalion. He was a lieutenant colonel, but he got out. He just retired 2 years ago as a 1-star, and he raked me over the fucking coals, man.
Hey,
fucking killed
Andrew,
me.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You were in a war zone. What the fuck did you think was going to happen?
Dude, I got caught. Dude, one, I got caught. Everybody on that base was fucking drinking, and I got caught.
You got caught, yeah.
Dude, hey, after I drank the Listerine bottle, I went to where the Pogues were hanging out, because all those motherfuckers were drinking. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
I got even more hammered over there. Then I thought it was a good idea to come back and talk to my ex-wife, drunk as shit. Bad idea. Hugely bad idea.
Yeah.
But dude, it was a very tense time. We lost like 8 guys at deployment. It was bad. Everybody was drinking, but I was the only one that got caught. So you know what? It made me a better Marine because of that deployment.
Yep. Oh my God. I'm so sorry for you, dude.
When I went to my second one, dude, I was 182 pounds. I could ruck like you would not believe. I was spot on my second deployment, and then the third one, we were on a Navy ship, and I love that, dude. You guys, I'm so jealous of you guys being in the Navy because
3 hots and a cot, baby. Yeah.
I loved ship life. Okay, I loved my coffin rack. I loved it when the smoking lamp was lit, because I learned how to smoke cools.
Oh Lord,
Cools.
little things.
That was my cigarette.
You wasn't even a cowboy killer, yeah.
Dude, I went to morning chow, smoke a cigarette. Noon chow, smoke a cigarette. Evening chow, smoke a cigarette. Mid rats, smoke a cigarette. Like I smoked a lot of cigarettes on that cruise, man. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And Ken, my dad was Navy, so I got a lot of props for them. Where'd he go? Ken, did you die? Are you okay?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Like you're talking about cigarettes, he had to get one.
Dude, I thought he died. I was like, holy shit! Oh no, no!
You see the light?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw the light.
So speaking of cigarettes, as soon as the ship pulled away from port, got 5 miles out, a pack of cigarettes was like a quarter. Like all the taxes fell off. You could buy a whole carton of cigarettes for like $2.
Hey,
so
I was
on shore duty, we would take our police boats over to the Army base and get cigarettes for $5 a carton
with
$3.
with a $3 off a coupon and pay $2 a carton for them.
Hell yeah.
Hey, since I'm the boot of you two Navy guys, I have to ask about beer in the Navy in the 80s. Do you guys get like 2 beers a day, or how did that work?
Oh hell no. There was beer on the ship, but it was only for special occasions. Like the one time we were in England on the 4th of July, and they decided to throw a party and have a ship softball game with all the divisions on the ship plus some English Army guys. We had a great time.
Yeah, sounds like it. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were allowed to drink beer if you were out at sea for 30 consecutive days. That like on the 31st day, they would have a safety stand down. They had that's when the Steel Beach picnic rolls in.
Steel Beach.
Yeah. They would roll out the forklifts would be just pulling in like pallets and pallets of beer. Well, there's 5,000 people on the ship.
Yeah.
So they would, but we were only allowed to have 2 beers that day because we're out at sea. So
now we did Steel Beach picnics, but we was never allowed to drink beer during those. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still a thing today.
6 months.
Is it?
I had 6 months, 8 days of sea service. I'm looking at my DD 214 right now. And that dude.
I did that standing on my head.
Dude, that was the best 6 months of my entire life, man. I like that shit. That shit was fun as shit.
Dude,
either of you guys ever in Rota, Spain?
Rota? No.
I was at a whorehouse in Rota, Spain.
I went on 3 deployments, and that was always our first and last stop was Rota, Spain.
Yeah, the washdown, right? Washdown?
Exactly. And they always told us to stay away from the castle because that's where all the hookers hung out.
Oh,
well, half those hookers
didn't get that message.
And half those hookers were transvestites. So,
well, I was married at the time, and I was with another sergeant and another corporal, and so I stayed at the bar and I drank. Those guys went in a room, and I had to I was in charge. I had to get them onto the ship or into the taxi cab to get on the ship. Dude, check-in time for the ship was 2300. We were like 5 minutes late. And dude, my gunny wanted to kill me. And I blamed it on the sergeant. I was like, it's sergeant's fault, not mine. Blame him. Dude, I buddy fucked the shit out of him.
Good move. Hey, cover your own ass. That's what I was always.
Dude, I could not afford getting busted down again in my 4 years. I couldn't get busted down twice in 4 years. No way. No, that wasn't gonna happen.
We actually, on my first crew, we had a guy he put on 3 days bread and water.
I love these sea stories.
We had a guy get put on bread and water every time we hit a port. Until finally halfway through the cruise, he did not get a livery card for the rest of the cruise.
That sucks.
Could you imagine being put on 3 days bread and water? You sat in the brig for 3 days, and the only thing you got to eat, as much as you wanted, all the bread and water you could drink or eat. Yes.
Well, actually, I love bread. Like, I love bread,
man.
But
Wait, you can
3 days
hold on.
worth? Come on, man.
You can eat as much bread as you want.
Yep, they would bring it by the loaves. He said. He was in my division.
That's
one of my best friends. One of my best friends, and actually, he was ended up being my best man at my wedding. He was on bread and water. Yeah, Taco. He was on bread and water. He missed ship's movement.
Oh, missing movement. Article 87.
That's big.
Yeah, he got nailed.
That's brig time and kicked out if they want. Yeah.
And the worst part about it is we had just left for Westpac. He missed ship's movement for the Westpac. They flew him on like a month and a half later. Let me ask you, is this true? Because you didn't want to miss a Westpac, from what I understood. No, it was great. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Westpacs were amazing. By the way, if you're a civilian and you're listening, Westpac means the Western Pacific. So
yes.
You're basically
is that
cruising
what that
the world.
means?
Well, there's a lot of civilians that because I get a lot of questions like at work or whatever, because a lot of people listen. They're like, "Hey, by the way, what the hell was you talking about when like these acronyms?" And I have to break it down Barney style,
Yeah. like Ken, you and I were on a med float, correct?
Med float, yes.
A med
3 times
float.
for myself. Mm-hmm.
Did you go to Dubai or Malta or Israel or Turkey or any of those places?
We went to Tel Aviv. Immediately after that, we went to India.
Yep, been there. Yep.
Yeah.
Turkey.
Yeah, did it.
That was crazy.
We hit 16 ports. My first cruise, we hit 16 ports, 16 different countries.
Yeah, we hit 14. We had like France and Italy, and we went to Dubai twice, Malta. I mean, it was just crazy, man. It's awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, the biggest, craziest thing I thought about Israel, because we finally got off the ship and finally got to wander around and get in trouble if we could, was watching kids our age walk around in uniform, carrying college books with a gun hanging off their damn, either their shoulder or their hip. Yeah, I was like, holy shit, this is a real deal over here. Yeah.
Hey, I gotta say, those women in the uniform, whoa.
Oh yeah.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
So, I think you guys going on so many ports. I think that's the perk of being on a smaller ship. So I was on an aircraft carrier, so we were a little bit limited on where we could go.
Yeah, you can't come into like because of the vastness of the ship. You can't be, because I know
a lot of times we didn't pull into port. A lot of times we got shuttled on water taxis.
Not me.
Yeah,
no, we didn't.
Did that a couple of times.
I've never.
We had an 800-foot draft underneath that ship, so it wasn't much different than an aircraft carrier.
Hey, Ken, is the USS Iowa, has it been decommissioned or is it still in use?
It is a museum right now. It is in Norfolk, Virginia, and you can go visit it anytime you want. I need to do that myself. I haven't made that pilgrimage yet. Yeah, I love Norfolk.
I went with my wife 2 years ago. We saw the USS Baton in port. We saw I can't remember the big ship that we saw, but Norfolk, their PX is by far the best PX I've ever seen in my entire life.
My wife used to work there. Yeah.
Oh, dude. I was like, it's got elevators, it's got escalators. I'm like, this place is like Shangri-La. It's a mall.
I mean, you can buy anything you want there and put it on credit if you want.
Yes, it's called Star Card, and I still have it.
Star Card.
Back in the day, it was layaway.
Oh, back in the day, my wife says it was home layaway. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you guys have those little coins with the like 25-cent pogs? You guys remember those?
Yeah.
Did they have those back in the 80s? No.
No, we didn't.
Sorry, I'm just a boot.
Yeah.
What about Little Creek Base? Little Creek Base.
So I spent
Little Creek, yeah.
Yeah, Little Creek. I spent a lot of time over there with the Amphibious Construction Battalion.
CBUs.
Those
Yeah,
are the
they call
CBs,
it-
right?
Yeah, the Seabees. And my command was right next to SEAL Team 6. We shared the same harbor.
Dev group.
And
Hell yeah. Awesome.
I was amazed at watching them guys train on a daily basis. I was just like, there ain't no fucking way I could pull that off.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember one time we was out there, it was probably in the 30-degree range, just above freezing. And they were out there playing water polo in the harbor. I was like, oh yeah, there's something wrong with them guys.
Yeah.
They were bopping back and forth a volleyball over a little net that they had.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
The pilot we had on last night, he said his son was in the Navy but couldn't talk about what he did. We're like, okay.
Yeah, he didn't. But like seriously, we've got a couple SEALs in our VFW, and those guys are crazy.
Yeah, they are legit.
They do a lot of. I mean, they do schools for 2 years before they're deployed.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tell them what your best time was.
What'd you say?
Oh, she was asking me to tell you about my best deployment coming home. I was at the Amphibious Construction Battalion, and I was on the boat crew, which our main mission when I went deployed with them was causeway crews, so that the amphibious ships, we had the pontoons so that the amphibious ships could pull up to the beach, drop the ramp, and the Marines could just drive their equipment right onto the beach.
Wow.
Our job was taking care of all those pontoons. And my second deployment with them, I was on the boat crew. So we got kicked out of the USS Austin, out of the tank. They lowered the ship. We kicked out and started heading back for base. And I was second class at the time, so I was the coxswain of this 50-foot workboat. And we got up to the pier, and here my little 2-year-old daughter come running on the pier, just screaming, "Daddy, daddy, daddy!"
Oh.
And I'm like, "Get this bitch tied up! I got something to do." Yeah.
You were a coxswain for that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's cool.
I mean, I am very fortunate. I got to do a lot of cool things while I was in. None of the fancy stuff that everybody.
Cool.
Yeah. None of the fancy stuff that everybody talks about, but I got to do a lot of cool things when I was in.
Dude, hey, that's cool as shit. Who cares if it's fancy or not? That's cool as shit.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the chiefs I worked for, I hung out with, drank with, went fishing with. It was a great time for me. That's why I always say I love the camaraderie, but I couldn't stand the politics. That's why I had to get out.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
Let me ask you, do you still know how to tie a monkey fist?
It would take me a while to figure it out again, but I'm sure I could pull it off. I can do a blow with no problem. Yeah.
What the hell's a monkey fist, Fleek?
Oh, some kind of freaking knot they had to tie. I don't know. I was a young
It's a knot where you put a weight in it and you hurl this thing around. So like when you're pulling the ship into dock,
yeah,
okay,
you put a weight in what they call a monkey fist, and then you spin this thing around and throw it to the guys on the pier so that they can pull your lines off and tie the ship up.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, Fleek, as a yeoman, you didn't have to learn your knots?
Just whatever knots we learned in boot camp. I didn't have to learn any knots. No.
Stenography?
Yeah. Did a lot of typing.
Just kidding. Hey, listen, dude, you were a yeoman. You were an admiral's yeoman. That's pretty fucking cool.
Air boss is yeoman.
Air boss. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You had a lot of paperwork to do.
Yeah, I had my department was 500 men strong, so I had to do paperwork for 500 freaking dudes.
Oh yeah.
And you know what?
And thank God every time I had to deal with a yeoman, it was somebody that was cool. Yeah.
And you know what, Fleek? That made you a great commander for in which to follow in your footsteps.
I don't know. Well, I appreciate it.
Well, dude, weren't you Dearborn Veteran of the Year like what 10 years ago?
Yeah,
15?
2011. 11, 11,
That's
11.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's awesome,
That's
man.
that's my claim to fame. You know what the cool thing is
Wow.
about the veteran, that when I was on the podium getting my plaques for this, there was all kinds of dignitaries there. I got a plaque from the governor, from the mayor, from everybody, from the mayor on up to governor. I got plaques from everybody, Congress, I got all kinds of shit over there. And the
Oh,
day that
wow.
the day I was on at the podium accepting all this stuff from the mayor and all these guys, that was when the Michigan State Spartans were playing basketball the same time at 11 o'clock in the morning. Michigan State Spartans, which my daughter was a student at Michigan State, they were playing basketball for the first time on an aircraft carrier. The aircraft carrier that Michigan State was playing on was my aircraft carrier the day I was on the podium getting all these awards.
That's a pretty good story. I like that.
Yeah, it was awesome, man.
Hell, that's about like when I got Sail of the Year at that Amphibious Construction Battalion, which I thought was kind of weird because I was just a hardworking nobody. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That's pretty cool being Sailor of the Year.
it was. I got my name put in the hat for Navy Sailor of the Year and all that stuff. A lot of recognition. Not a lot of perks from it at all, but yeah, it was pretty cool. I think.
I didn't get Marine of the Year. I did get
That's
I got a
because you were
Purple Heart,
drunk.
and I got a piece of freaking shrapnel on my foot.
Oh shit!
So thanks, Hajis and Taliban, for shooting that fucking shit at me.
Well, you got metal on your foot. I got metal to hang on my freaking wall. So
Yeah, you did.
it's almost like the same thing.
Hey, look, hey, y'all look out for the newspaper, the Daily News Journal, man. I think they're doing an article about me. So I
Hell
don't know.
yeah.
I just
Oh,
saw
cool.
the draft. But
Oh, nice.
yeah.
So are they
Yeah.
still making papers, or is it all online?
No, we still got newspapers.
Oh, okay, all right.
Well,
Yeah.
the VFW actually.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, sir.
No.
I haven't seen a Daily News Journal in a few years. So
Ken, are you actually? I gotta ask this.
Oh,
Are you in
shit,
the
here we go.
VFW, sir?
what's that?
Are you in the VFW?
I am not. I need to be. I really haven't pursued anything military.
Well, hey, it's always there for you, and we do a lot of community service. We'd love to have you. You can. I'm not gonna take you from Michigan or from. No, sorry, not Michigan.
Beech Grove.
From Beech Grove, Tennessee.
So,
Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna take you from Beech Grove because I don't think there's a post out there.
no, there's not. Mm.
Yeah, you need to come. You need to come hang out with us.
All right, I might do that. Yeah.
November
How far-
20th is our next meeting.
How far is
Okay.
Beech Grove from Murfreesboro?
Exit 97.
Exit 97, and the first one in Murfreesboro is exit 81. So
Yes, it is. But you
Yeah.
can get off at 89 and come the back way.
That's-
It's easy.
yeah,
Yeah. So
I can get off at X Mill or Joby Jackson. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Beech
where
Grove.
I live. I live right up the Joby Jackson exit.
Yeah, he does. Beech
Yeah.
Grove, War Trace, and the Webb School is down where you live, right?
Yeah, just down the road. Mhm, Bell Buckle. Yeah.
Bell Buckle. Thank you. I was thinking of there's a third town, Bell Buckle. Thank you.
Hey, Ken. So after the Iowa blew up, did they repair it and put it back in service?
They did not. They were working on it, and then all the funding was pulled. They decided to decommission every one of them, and that's when, because we got back to port, a lot of people left right away, and I rode the ship up to Portsmouth shipyard. I stayed there for another 3 or 4 months, and then got transferred. Yeah.
Right on.
But they was in the process of repairing it, and then all the funding got pulled,
Okay.
and that's when they decided to decommission all 4 of them.
Dude, my dog is about to break down the fucking door.
I was gonna say, what the hell are you doing, man?
Hey,
Dude.
if you guys need to go, that's fine.
No, dude. No, he's whining. He's okay. Ken, you're cool as shit, man.
Holy
Barrett,
hell.
hush.
The World Series game literally just started less than an hour ago.
Shut up.
The Texas Rangers are winning 10-0 already.
Against who?
The Diamondbacks.
Wow. Sorry, I'm
The
not
game's
near a
not even
TV.
an hour old yet. They're in the third inning, killing them.
Wow. Hey,
the-
I
Ken,
can't say anything because I haven't had TV in about 8 years.
thank
I
Do
you.
they
just-
have a TV?
God bless you, man. God
I
bless you.
I got rid of. We had a satellite dish out here because you can't get cable out here. And when they jacked their prices up to what was it, $136 a month, I was like, "Fuck off," and just cut off everything. And
Well, that's why you got to stream.
yeah, exactly. Mhm.
Hey, Ken, before we sign off, do you have any special words for our
words of
listeners in
wisdom.
the 49 different countries and 500, how many?
We're in
500 cities?
We're in 500 cities as of this past week.
The only thing that I would say, because I work with a woman, I worked with her while her son went through boot camp and then got sent down to Jacksonville to go through A school. And like I told her every day, I said, I know it's the Navy. You're not going to be pounding boots on the ground. Stay alert. It's serious. Stay alive. Yeah. Training is no joke. When you're training for war, it's no joke. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
That's
Can I
good.
say
like
one
that.
more thing?
You
Yeah.
May
may.
I say one more thing?
Of course.
Because I've got to toot my husband's horn. I'm sorry, because he's too proud to say this. He used to be at ComNav Base Norfolk, which he was on shore duty at the time, working for Harbor Patrol. Which is basically policing out on the boats. He was recognized and honored for saving people's lives that they wrecked on jet skis, and he saved some people's lives, dove in the water
Whoa.
to save people from drowning.
Whoa.
And that to
Wow.
me to me it's a huge thing.
Yeah,
and
that's
of
hero-
that's a big
hero
deal.
shit, man.
I mean, it's a huge deal. Of course it is. This is a guy that, grew up small town. To him, it's not a big thing, but to me it is. So I just wanted to toot his horn because I knew he wouldn't. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you.
amazing. Yeah.
Applause.
Great-
Thank you.
Great job. Thank you.
Hoo-yah, Ken.
Yes.
Hoo-yah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this has been a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
It
And
was awesome.
Oh, yeah,
You're great,
super
man.
easy.
yeah,
Hey, so hey, Ken, just to let you know, in a couple of weeks, George and Jamie and everybody's coming to my house to. I'm going to cook a brisket. So when that goes down, I'll shoot you a text message to give you my address.
Am I invited, Fleek? Can I come to that?
Dude, you're always invited to my house. What the hell are you asking for?
I tell you what, man, if there's any way possible that I can be there, we will be there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And one of my shipmates from
Oh yeah.
40 years ago,
Jeez.
he just basically moved in my backyard. He lives on the street right behind me, right down. I could walk to his house in 30 seconds. So he'll be there
nice.
also. Yeah, he'll be
Is
there
he
also.
Is he all moved in? Is he all settled and everything?
Like 90%.
Okay.
That last 10% sometimes takes years,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we still got boxes.
Yes, exactly. So for the most part, yes, he's moved in.
Me and Chris would enjoy that immensely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be awesome to meet up with you guys and have a couple beers and hopefully football still. I'll watch football, watch the Lions kill somebody.
There you
But,
go.
That'd be fun.
yeah, and we have TVs, so you'll see what a TV looks like after 8 years.
Yeah, exactly. Sound like it's from the dark ages. I know.
Yeah.
Hey, Fleek, Ken, great episode. Thanks, guys.
Yes. See you, man.
All right.
Ken.
Thank you,
Thanks a
guys.
lot, buddy.
Bye-bye.
See you guys. Yep. Bye.
That was fun. And thank you for letting me